Sega.
Hi, I'm Jeff Beckham, Associate Brand Manager at Sega, and I'd like to welcome you back to Part 3 of our training series for Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. Now that you have learned the general mechanics of Virtua Fighter, it's time to apply some more advanced concepts to help you develop a strategy. We will show you how to get the most out of your basic attacks and how to use these moves to break through your opponent's defense. We will also show you how to beat common situations that are hard to deal with. Finally, we will reveal some of the advanced techniques that top players use around the world. So without further delay, let's begin. If you are just starting to learn a character, their entire move list can be very overwhelming. An easy trick to help you pick the right move is to look at the distance between you and your opponent. Right now, there is a medium distance between characters, which leaves you with a limited set of moves that will reach your opponent. As you can see, some moves will miss. You want to avoid this if possible, as completely missing an attack will leave you vulnerable to a very damaging counterattack. However, your character does have moves that will reach from this distance. By knowing your character and the situation at hand, you are able to narrow down the move list and create simple choices for yourself. Now what if you are up close to your opponent? It seems that you are back to the original problem, because every move will hit from this range. However, you must consider that a shorter distance between characters leaves you more vulnerable to attacks from your opponent. As you can see, using a faster, short-range attack allows you to make first contact and beat out a slower, long-range move by your opponent. In this situation, quick punches, elbows, and throws give you the best chance to succeed. So how does this help you in an actual match? By focusing on using your moves at their proper range, you maximize your chance to gain an advantage and cause damage to your opponent. Advanced players will use fundamental distance strategies to their advantage by dashing in and out of battle and trying to trick their opponents into using a move at the wrong distance. As you can see, there are many applications of using the correct move at a particular range. Make sure to incorporate these basic principles into your overall plan. Now that you've learned when and where to use your moves, let's add some guessing games to your offensive strategy. When Lao pressures Pi with an attack string, she is overwhelmed and forced to block high. This leaves her open to Lao's low sweep option from the same string. Lao keeps the pressure on as his low sweep connects, beating Pi's high guard. Now Pi has to guess between high and low guard. Here she guesses correctly by guarding low. Upon seeing this, the tricky Lao player returns to his original backflip kick, which beats Pi's low guard. Putting your opponent in a guessing game like this one is a key strategy to success in Virtua Fighter. The player that puts their opponent in the most guessing situations is often the winner of the match. Other characters can use this core strategy too. Let's see how L-Blaze turns up the heat. L-Blaze's punch knee is a useful string that can pressure opponents. After the two quick punches, Blaze can deceptively choose between finishing the string with a powerful mid-knee or by throwing his guarding opponent. Here L-Blaze hits Wolf with the entire string, causing a heavy stagger with the final hit. Wolf learns quickly and decides to guard the next time he sees the string. L-Blaze is quick to notice that Wolf is afraid of getting hit by the knee again and decides to cancel his string and throws Wolf instead. The next time L-Blaze uses the string, Wolf tries to duck the throw and is hit by the knee, which leads to a combo opportunity. Many characters with mid attacks in their string can utilize this strategy. Sometimes you may find it difficult to successfully attack an opponent who likes to guard or evade a lot. As you can see, Wolf is having trouble landing his knee after blocking Lao's attack string. Even worse, Lao evades the knee and counterattacks with his own palm strike. This is the perfect opportunity to try to throw your opponent and beat both options. There are many other times you can catch your opponent in a defensive state. Your opponent is likely to block after getting their launcher blocked, after getting staggered, or while tech rolling. Be sure to pay attention to your opponent's habits and don't miss these throw opportunities. Most players have trouble dealing with low attacks. Here Aoi is continuously hitting Jean with her low sweep. It's important not to panic because low attacks in general cause very little damage. Jean eventually regains his composure and blocks low. He gets a free combo which equals the damage of all 3 of Aoi's sweeps in one quick counterattack. Let's look at another low attack that gives most players trouble. Low kicks are seemingly difficult to deal with at first because they are quick and evade many high attacks. It's not uncommon to see something happen in a real match just as you are seeing in the video. Just like low sweeps, you can easily turn these attacks around in your favor. Here Jean is getting abused by Aoi's persistent low attacks. As soon as Jean guards one of these low kicks, he can respond with a guaranteed elbow attack. This guaranteed attack is there for all characters with an elbow class move. If you have been paying attention to the advantage counter on the screen, Jean never loses an advantage when hit by Aoi's low kick. If Aoi continues to attack, Jean can safely respond with an elbow without guarding the low kick. Every player must learn to deal with the low punch. Low punch is the most widely used counterattack in Virtua Fighter because it is one of the fastest moves in the game. Here is a common situation where low punch is used to interrupt Jean's attack. If you catch your opponent using multiple low punches in a row, make sure to use your elbow after blocking any low punch to interrupt their next attack. Here Jean is able to patiently block until he finds an opening in Aoi's attacks. He is rewarded with an elbow strike that stops Aoi in her tracks. If your opponent continues to attack, you can use the advantage gained from your elbow to land a larger combo. If your opponent notices that you are guarding their attack successfully, they might switch to a frequently used strategy called the jab throw. The quick nature of the jab causes opponents to freeze up just long enough to be thrown. Here Vanessa attacks Lei Fei with a flurry of punches. Lei Fei immediately puts up his guard expecting another wave of attacks. Vanessa freezes him with a single jab and takes the opportunity to throw him. Keep in mind that any attack can be used to beat a throw. While the jab throw is difficult to react to, it's easy to use a counterattack to effectively deter opponents who abuse the strategy. Here Lei Fei anticipates a jab throw and throws out one of his best combos. This will make Vanessa reconsider her next throw attempt. Now that you are used to attacking and throwing your opponent and pressuring them with guessing games, it is time to learn some advanced techniques. Here are some special tricks that professional players use to beat their opponent's attacks in guessing games. Make sure you fully understand the basic techniques before you continue. These advanced moves build upon the fundamentals of the game and work best when slowly added to your base strategy. The first technique we will talk about is the sabaki. Sabakis are special moves that can deflect an opponent's attack. A successful sabaki against an opponent's attack can give you a greater advantage than using a simple guard. However, there is a greater risk. Most sabaki attacks only deflect very specific moves. Let's see how Akira uses a sabaki to continue his offense. Akira's elbow is blocked. Normally, Akira must stop attacking and defend against Go's counterattack. Instead, Akira uses a sabaki, which will deflect any high punch, high kick, or low punch. If Akira simply blocked Go's high punch, there would be no guaranteed attacks. However, he is able to predict Go's punch and punishes Go with a nice combo. Here Akira uses the same sabaki input to deflect Go's low punch. Check your character's move list to find their sabaki attacks and test them in training mode. Sabakis will only deflect very specific attack types. If you can detect a pattern in your opponent's play, use the right sabaki to crush their attack and keep your offense moving. A similar move to the sabaki is the reversal. Reversals are used against attack strings involving multiple levels. Here Akira uses his reversal to stop Go's high punch, low punch, and mid kick. Compared to some sabakis, it is easier to predict the correct reversal, but the damage payoff can be much less. Be careful with your reversals. Even if you guess the correct attack level, you can still lose to attacks that are full circular or two-handed. While sabakis and reversals are a great way to stop an opponent's offense, both have the same weakness. Guessing the wrong attack type or level can open you up to very damaging combos. You can also be vulnerable to your opponent's throw attempts, so make sure you have a good read on your opponent before you turn their next attack against them. The next technique is the throw escape guard. This is a very important defensive maneuver that can stop an opponent's entire game plan. Here we see Lao tech roll and then get hit by a very damaging combo by Wolf. The next time Lao tech rolls, he thinks about the last knee combo and decides to guard. Unfortunately, Wolf throws him this time and deals a huge amount of damage. This is a very dangerous guessing game for Lao, and beating it seems like a 50-50 coin flip. This is where the throw escape guard can stop Wolf in his tracks. The throw escape guard is performed by holding guard and then holding punch while also holding the direction of the throw you wish to escape. As you can see, Lao is now safe from Wolf's knee and can also avoid his most damaging throw. The commands for this technique may feel strange at first, but the payoff for learning it is worth it. The next time your opponent is at a great advantage, such as when you tech roll or when your strong launcher attack is blocked, keep the throw escape guard in mind. It can save you from a lot of damage. The throw escape guard is a great way to stop your opponent's attacks and throws, but you still have to guess the correct throw direction. I bet you wish there was a way to stop all throws while still blocking your opponent's quickest mid attack. This is all possible with an advanced technique called the fuzzy guard. Let's see Akira utilize the fuzzy guard against Go's attacks. Akira quickly ducks under Go's throw attempts, but gets up in time to block his mid elbow. If you then attack with a safe move such as Akira's elbow and it is blocked by your opponent, you can quickly tap down forward to initiate a lightning fast crouch. This crouch will duck under your opponent's throw while getting up in time to block the mid. It takes a quick eye and good reflexes, but learning to fuzzy guard at the right time can be one of the most useful skills to learn in Virtua Fighter. Playing against an opponent with a good fuzzy guard can be very frustrating. Their defense may seem impenetrable. Here are some tricks that pro players use to beat the fuzzy guard. The first trick is to change the timing of your throw. You can delay your throw slightly to catch the opponent as they back up. An easy way to change the timing of your throw is to use a jab before the throw. Characters that have a kick guard cancel can also use that to mess up the timing of the fuzzy guard. Characters with a low throw have an easy time beating the fuzzy guard. Finally, using attacks that leave you at an advantage even against a block are a fine way to continue your offense. While fuzzy guarding is a great way to avoid damage, some players want to gain a greater advantage on their opponent while avoiding their attacks. This is a good time to use evade throw escape guard. Watch Akira evade Go's launcher and escape his throw using the same commands. Like the throw escape guard, this technique will avoid your opponent's attacks while escaping a single throw direction. This time, however, you add an evade to the beginning of your throw escape guard command. If you successfully evade your opponent's attack, you will be at their side, giving you a greater opportunity to attack them. One of the simplest ways to beat an opponent who uses the evade throw escape guard technique is to use a full circular attack. Here Go uses his full circular high kick to stop Akira's evade. These attacks will counter any evading opponent and will often give you a good opportunity to attack. If you really want to punish an opponent who evades, you can use a delayed launcher. Players are very vulnerable to attack after they fail to evade a move. Here Go times his attack to hit Akira the moment after he fails an evade. After guessing properly, Go's attack pays off with a full combo. Here is a quick note on circular attacks. In Final Showdown, evading in the wrong direction against a circular attack will cause a counter hit. This makes half-circular moves even more dangerous than they were in the previous game. It is important to pay attention to the direction of your opponent's attack. Evading at the wrong time can lead to more damage than if you didn't evade at all.
Round 2. Ready, go!
We hope you have enjoyed this lesson on the fundamental theories of Virtua Fighter. While the constant back and forth action in Virtua Fighter is enjoyable from the start, it is also a deep game that rewards players who take the time to learn the fundamental strategies. Some of the advanced techniques can twist your fingers into knots, but with time you will be able to stay calm and perform them in the most stressful of situations. I'm Jeff Beckham, thanks for watching.
Hallelujah!